I'd like to book passage.
Certainly, Mr. Ripley. Where will you be traveling?
Peru.
Very good, Mr. Ripley. When will you be leaving?
Now.
Very good, Mr. Ripley.
Buenos dias, Mateo.
Buenos dias, Senor Ripley. Welcome back to Lima. There is a message for you.
Dear Robert, with the help of scholars from the Imperial School, I have translated the early Chinese characters you sent me. They agree that the Chinese is a translation of the ancient Sikkimese script on the palm frond you found in the temple. I'll give you the translation when I see you next. It's good I'm staying with my grandmother. I can look after her while I try to secure our travel permits. But Peiping is becoming a very frightening place, little resembling the fine city I remember as a child. If I don't see you when you return to Peiping, it's only because I'm spending almost every waking hour in government offices, trying to get our permits. I miss you with all my heart, May.
I'd like to book passage.
Si, senor. And where will you be traveling?
Mocha Moche.
Mocha Moche. It is very difficult to reach. Most tourists go to Machu Picchu. They are not interested in nameless civilizations no one has heard of before.
I'm told there is a guide who knows Mocha Moche. Luis something.
That would be Luis Aruños, senor. He was part of the expedition that discovered the lost city.
Could you arrange for him to guide me there?
No problema. Although he will not enter the city.
Why?
Ghosts, senor. Why else? When will you be leaving?
Now.
Very good. Have a good trip, senor.
The guide must really be scared of ghosts, leaving me to climb the last 500 feet on my own. But I'm going to need a rope to climb back down that last cliff. The waterfall is breathtaking. It reminds me of the speed and power of a finely tuned Ferrari. It must be half a mile to the bottom of the chasm. The statue of a spider. Menendez was right. Mocha Moche was the city devoted to the spider god. There is a rope attached to an iron ring on the statue. This stele must refer to the city that worshipped the monkey god that Professor Menendez mentioned in his letter. Some of the blocks are missing. The lost city of Mocha Moche. This will make a marvelous addition to my gallery of cartoons. A headless skeleton almost 3 stories high. A monument to death. There's a terrible finality in those open arms. Something in that niche is catching the sunlight. Excuse me. Hello there. My name's Ripley.
Did I ask?
You could be destroying priceless artifacts with your careless digging.
I know what I'm doing.
Nonsense. It's plain to see you know nothing about archaeology.
What would you know about it?
I know enough to see you haven't properly prepared the site. You're not uncovering it layer by layer. You have no plan whatsoever.
You know nothing. I carry one of the most respected names in all of archaeology, Menendez.
You're Dr. Jorge Menendez?
Who did you say?
Professor of Archaeology at the National University of San Marcos in Lima. I thought you were dead.
No, I'm Emilio Menendez. Uncle Jorge was my uncle, twice removed. Now a third time removed, and for good.
Are you following up on your uncle's research?
I would need his notes to do that. They were stolen. What are you suggesting?
I know your game, Menendez. You sell artifacts for profit.
What of it?
You're nothing but a common grave robber.
Oh, and did you climb all the way up here for the air? My uncle and I were in the same profession, senor. You think because they call him doctor, he was any better than I?
He respected the past. You rape it.
Be very careful what you say, senor. Grave robber, grave digger is much the same to me.
Have you dug up anything interesting?
Yes, I have. An excellently preserved shrunken head. Like to buy it?
If the price is right.
750 Inti.
Will you take 300?
600.
400.
Ah, you're stealing the food from my children's mouths. 450.
Sold. This head looks suspiciously fresh.
Be very careful what you suggest, senor.
Thanks for the advice. Could I buy your ladder?
No, senor.
I'll talk to you later.
It is up to you, senor.
Excuse me. Would you take this?
For what?
Your ladder, your shovel.
I'll take it as a down payment.
That's an emerald. It's worth thousands. Give it back.
Do not provoke me further, or they'll be digging up your remains in a century or two. Oh, what cursed luck!
What happened?
I sliced up my foot with a shovel. It's never happened to me before. I'm a professional.
Cursed luck. Wait! The emerald!
It's mine now!
Don't try crossing the... Chasm. A pre-Columbian wheeled toy. This is remarkable. We know the Inca hadn't discovered any practical application for the wheel, yet here it is used as locomotion for a toy. And a little child shall lead them.